So hello everybody, welcome back to another SUPboarder video. My name is Ruben and today I'm going to talk you through some of the equipment you can get from Palm for your SUP touring adventures. We've had some great SUP touring trips this year, and of course the biggest trip we had was our multi-day family SUP touring trip, which was on the south coast of Cornwall. We took our daughter Izzy, who is 7, for a 3-day paddle and 2 overnight stops. Great fun, great weather, just really great family memories. And a lot of you are asking about the gear that we were wearing and what sort of gear you need to get into SUP touring. So as you're probably all aware, we use a lot of Palm equipment, and we've used a lot of equipment over the last few years, so we do know a lot about this brand. But there is almost too much equipment to even choose from, whether you're looking at Drysuits, jackets, what thermo tops and stuff to use. So in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about the equipment that we use from Palm and the stuff maybe you should be looking at to get yourself SUP touring. There's no doubt Palm have got a great background with kayaking and canoeing, and there's a huge amount of touring that goes on in those disciplines as well. But it's very easy to transfer those types of equipment into the SUP realm, and that's what we'll speak about in this video now. First off, let's talk about PFDs, personal flotation devices. Now Palm, because they've come from the kayaking and canoeing background for many decades now, they've got a lot of PFDs in their range. Men's, ladies, kids, slimline, bulky, pockets, hydration pockets, they've got everything in there. One of the real standout ones, especially for SUP touring, is the Glide inflatable waist belt. This is a full life jacket, but it stays around your waist, and then you manually inflate it when you're in the water and you need it. So it doesn't act like a buoyant shade or a life jacket that you're wearing the whole time. When you fall in, you are going to have to inflate it and then put it on and do it up. The fantastic thing about this is it's so lightweight, you don't even feel like you're carrying it. And for those paddlers who have a higher confidence level and are happier paddling in lots of different water conditions, they haven't got to wear a full buoyant shade all the time. That Glide there can be around your waist just in case you have an emergency. The other really popular PFD that we've been using is the Ace. Now the Ace is very much a slimmed down buoyant shade. You wear it as a buoyant shade all the time, so therefore it's always inflated, or it's at its full buoyancy, but it hasn't got any pockets on the front or the back. It's very much just a PFD, just a buoyancy aid. Therefore, when you're climbing back on and off the board, it's very easy to do this, very easy to climb back on and off the board. So if you're struggling or using thicker boards, or maybe you've got more layers on and you've got your PFD on top of that, this is a very slimline buoyancy aid that easily allows you to slip up and onto the board. Palm have got loads of other buoyancy aid style personal flotation devices, lots more with pockets and whistles and quick release safety belts. A lot of them are gearing more towards the whitewater use, but if you want more with pockets on the front, there is the Pato also, which has got more pockets and hand pockets in the front, which is obviously great for storing stuff and keeping your hands warm. Just remember though, it's really important that whatever one you go for one that fits you correctly for your right weight and size. And the only other thing to bear in mind is your Glide inflatable waist belt won't actually give you any more extra warmth, but the other PFDs, the buoyancy aid PFDs, the waist cut PFDs, will give you a lot more warmth. So if you're paddling in the winter and you want to be as warm as possible, you will get a lot more heat out of a PFD like that. So jackets now, there's a huge range of jackets with the Palm equipment as well. Great range of colours, which is also great from a safety aspect, so you can get some nice bright colours in there so you can be seen. And it's a big point to remember here, when you see a Palm jacket or you try a Palm jacket on, you will see that it really has been designed by paddlers. Nice large shoulder cuts so you can easily, no restriction of movement, and the actual jacket quality itself is right up there with the best sort of jacket, walking jackets that you'll see on the market anywhere. Just like the PFDs, you get different types of jackets. The Atlas jacket, which is the full zip jacket, is a little bit more tailoring to multi-sport use, but it's still got those Evo skin cuffs which stop any drips going down the inside of the jacket as well. So you could use it when you're paddling. A multi-sport jacket, which is great because you get more value for money. If you want to go down more of the dedicated paddling route, you're better off going for the half zipped jackets. Some like the Bora jacket have like a twin waisted jacket that if you're wearing it with dry suit trousers, you can overlap that to make a dry suit. I'm a massive fan of the Vantage jacket. I've got a couple of these, to be honest. I'm very, very lucky. I've got a green and a blue one. Really nice cut, very, very lightweight, but still quite heavy duty. I do quite a lot with my jackets, from SUP touring, fishing. There's a lot of stuff going on, so I need them to be pretty hard wearing. The front big pocket's really nice, super waterproof. They do not have dry seals like some of the other jackets do, but they still give me enough flexibility to get them small in the bag, keep them when I'm SUP touring, and they've got a nice big hood, keeps me nice and dry when the weather turns bad. For a good kids jacket, they got the Vector. It's available in a few different sizes. This is one we put Izzy in quite a lot. Very slim down, hasn't got any pockets, hasn't got very much going on with it. Very nice at keeping the wind and the rain out. It hasn't got a hood, so it's a bit more of a paddling style jacket. Great for if the kids are taking a dunk in the water occasionally. And it has got adjustable Velcro waist fasteners as well. So it's a good jacket to keep them warm, easy to put on over the head, keeps them nice and dry, and really keeps the wind off on those colder days. For Lucy herself, she is mad keen on the new Terek jacket. We've done a review on that recently. It's the new jacket from Palm. It's made from recycled nylon. It's so lightweight and compact, super waterproof. It's got some great inner seals on the cuffs there to stop the drips going down. Definitely the advantage of that new Terek jacket over the more classic jackets like the Vantage jacket, which I'm really fond of, is the Terek goes down much, much smaller. So it's way easier to get in your kit bag, keep in the bottom of your dry bag, or even have it on a waist bag around your waist the whole time. Just pull it out just when the weather starts getting bad. On the bottom half, you've got a few options here. If the weather's cooler or colder, I will urge you, and I will say it's well worth spending the money to get a good pair of dry suit trousers. Now you can wear these dry trousers on their own just to keep splashes off, or you can wear them in a combination with a jacket and, as I said before, have an overlap so they both overlap each other, making a dry suit. You've got the simple Vector trousers, or you've got the twin waisted Zenith trousers, which, as I said, doubled up with a jacket, with the twin waisted jacket as well. You're making a dry suit. But our favourite is definitely the Atom waterproof trousers. These have got inbuilt socks with them as well, which means when you're launching and landing, you're going to have dry and warm feet. I wear these with even just a light jacket on the top, my Vantage jacket, a t-shirt sometimes on top. A lot of the times I might be paddling, the water temperature's colder, I want to keep my feet dry and toasty. I will be wearing layers underneath these dry trousers, and I will be wearing a layer over the top of my sock, not to damage my socks as well. Definitely the Atom trousers are the trousers for the paddleboarders. I know a lot of you out there who've got them and are very, very happy with them. Well worth the investment, I'm sure you will agree with that. If the water and the weather is kinder to us, but still not board short weather, you can opt for the Horizon shorts, which are like long windproof shorts, but inside those shorts you have a thermal fleecy layer sort of that's close to your body. So it's almost like wearing a pair of boxers or pants underneath your board shorts. They're ideal if you want to wear shorts, but the water temperature is still a bit cooler. Then if you do take a dunk, you have got a thermal fleecy layer around your waist and upper legs. You can get those in men's and ladies. There's slightly different cuts between the two of them, and the ladies are a little bit shorter. If you're going to be SUP touring and the weather's going to be colder or pretty unpredictable, you don't really know what the weather's going to throw at you, looking at a dry suit is going to be a really toasty option, and it's going to definitely improve your enjoyment on the water. And if it starts raining, you're really not going to care. They've got a good looking range of dry suits, heavy duty, well made. They've got men's and ladies, different thickness and levels of robustness depending on how hard you're going to be on your dry suit. Maybe you're paddling in white water, maybe you're going to be rubbing against rocks, or maybe you're just going to be using it for a bit of light touring. You've got a choice of front zip and over the shoulder zip, and you can also get hooded and non-hooded versions as well. Definitely, if you're trying to be as toasty as possible, the Bora suits with the hoods are going to keep you those lovely toasty, and no matter if it starts snowing, you're still going to be lovely and warm. Some of you might still want to be looking at neoprene and using a type of wetsuit when you're SUP touring. For this, definitely keeping neoprene off of the arms is a better thing. So therefore, you're better off looking at a long john style suit, which is long legs, cut off around the shoulders, gives you much more freedom of movement when you're paddling. Definitely you can be SUP touring and doing longer distances, you want to keep as much movement and free movement around your arms to stop as much chafing as possible. They also make leggings and they also make shorts. If you're SUP touring, try and keep the thickness down as much as possible because you probably will be overheating most of the time, and if it's going to be a lot cooler and you think you're going to need more warmth, I would really try and push you into more of dry trousers, dry jackets, get yourself more jackets and dry suits than going down the neoprene route. But a good compromise to going for a full wetsuit or even a long john style wetsuit is looking at the Palm Neoflex range of stuff. Now this is a really good range of equipment, and it's in a range of equipment that we've all had a lot of use out of for many years. Neoflex is like a very light, supple neoprene based material, much easier to paddle in, gives you a lot more heat back for the amount of thickness as well. They're all finished with a soft thermospan lining. You can get them in long sleeves, short sleeves, leggings. Definitely the favourite for the whole of the team is the leggings. Again, it's that grade down from the dry suit, so you're still going to be getting splashed on. The water's still a little bit cooler. You don't want shorts. You can go for the Neoflex leggings, which are a great paddling alternative for your SUP touring. And again, when you're finished with it at the end of the day, easy to quick off, quite quick to dry. They go nice and small. Put them in a dry bag. Great to have as an alternative if the weather turns on you. Now we spoke about dry suits, dry trousers, nice jackets, but really under those dry suits and jackets, you're going to have to make sure you get the right layers to keep you warm, unrestricted, and even not too hot. So layering is what you want to be looking at. You want to be looking at giving yourself lots of layers. It's way easier and quicker to remove layers and cool down than it is put more layers on and warm up. Stuff like the Thermo Sangpo layers, available again just like the Neoflex leggings in a few different types of styles. Long sleeve onesies, great for the cooler days, great at getting that heat close to your body. These are a very good layer to wear under a nice jacket, and I personally use it under my Vantage jacket quite a lot. If you want to look at a more of a moisture wicking thinner layer, look at the Aran layer. They'll help you stay warm and importantly dry underneath your wet layers, wicking that sweat, that moisture that your body's produced away from you, keeping the inner core of you much drier and warmer. For hotter days, it's always a bit easier when you're SUP touring, but definitely keeping the UV protection right up there. Rash guards, they're rated to UV of 50 plus, and you've got stuff like Skyline board shorts for men's and for ladies. Moving on to footwear. Now footwear is a really personal thing. I don't like having very much on my feet, and if I do have it on my feet, I will have the very thin layer to make me feel really in contact with the board at all times. But there's many of you out there that might be paddling in more rocky conditions, whitewater rivers. You'll be using full dry suits with inbuilt socks. For that, you definitely want to cover your feet up to keep those inbuilt socks nicely protected. The gradient water shoes are like a full-on water sports trainer. They're great for your whitewater paddling, great for getting traction and grips and walking on rocks. So if you're looking at a bit more extreme style supping, or maybe you're portaging and doing a lot of walking between your touring locations, so you're having to walk along paths to get your board in another spot, looking at a more of a trainer style shoe like the gradient shoe would be better than a wetsuit or neoprene boot. But the neoprene boots do give a great option for giving you a bit more grip and thinner amount of tread between you and the board. You've got the stuff like the Nova, which is actually a knee-high boot which stops any water going in. So if you're walking up to your ankles every time, those sort of boots are going to be really comfortable and neat to look at. Or if you want that super lightweight feeling, you've got the Paw boot, which is the thinner, lower ankle cut boot. Very lightweight, going to feel much more better for maybe if you're light touring or surfing especially. Then you've got headwear and handwear. I'm not a massive fan of gloves, to be honest. If I will wear any gloves, it will be palmless gloves because I like to have the grip around my palm. I like to feel my palm on the shaft and on the handle. Those sort of gloves, they tuck your fingers in nicely, but they leave your palm exposed. As I said, loads of grip, less chance of cramp, which is a real problem, definitely something I've suffered with in the past. Keeping your head warm is a really important thing to do if you're paddling in cold water or air temperatures. You get your full-on neoprene hats, which keep a lot of heat in, give you a small area of your face exposed, great for the snow, great for the rain. Or if it's drier, you've got your more classic Sangpo hat, which is great for, again, thermal layer, keeping that heat in. You can also put a helmet on top of that as well, and if you do get it wet, it dries out quickly. You can still put it on, gets that heat back in your head. But moving on to probably the most important piece of equipment that you all are going to be getting, whether you get into SUP touring to paddle half a mile down the river or doing a 3 or 4 multi-day trip. Dry bags. Dry bags are the most important piece of equipment, I think, for a SUP tourer. Keeping your kit dry, getting it stored in various different ways on your board, so having different sizes is really important. Palm offer lots of sizes from 3 to 125 litre bags. You've got really heavy duty backpack style bags, which are great for carrying a large amount of equipment on your back, maybe when you're portaging or walking around certain sections you can't paddle. You can also look at the lighter weight bags, which double up as pillowcases. They're super great for getting lots of smaller, lighter weight bags in dry bags, so you can organize your dry bags. You can look at transparent dry bags, which are fantastic for if having on the front of your board, you need to be able to get to a certain bit of equipment. You need to see where your first aid kit is. You know it's in that dry bag, you can reach in and you can grab it. So having a transparent dry bags are definitely one of my top favorites having on my SUP touring list. Having all your kit organized in the certain size dry bags, maybe the certain color dry bags, in the right place on your board really makes a difference. And if you're paddling in winter, this is an absolute must. It's going to be a better way of you getting to that piece of equipment you need quick. Now let's move on to some safety elements and stuff you can look at from Palm. You've got everything from whistles, throw bags, tow lines, survival shelters. These are very simple bags that basically you can get in, you can get out of the elements, you can keep warm, you can keep dry. Maybe you need to just rest it for a few hours, you don't want to get your tent out. You can easily get in these dry bivy bags or these survival shelters with lots of people to keep warm and just keep the weather out. And then Palm have got even more accessories that might be handy for you, maybe like trolley wheels. Maybe you're having to walk a longer distance to the water, or you're having to portage an even longer section. Then it'd be well worth taking a set of wheels as well to put on the front of your board. Keep all your kit on your board and you can easily carry your board longer distances. They've also got stuff like roof rack straps, they've got roof rack packs, they've got hydration pouches, they've got small little tiny compact bags. There's loads of stuff in the smaller accessories from Palm as well. So really you could get lost with the amount of equipment you could buy into when you're talking about little accessories to go alongside your SUP touring main goodies like your jackets, your trousers, your PFDs. So if you're looking to get into SUP touring this year, Palm Equipment have got a large range of equipment. I hope this video has helped you understand what stuff we use. Definitely, if you're looking to get into SUP touring, it can be quite an expensive exercise, especially if you're going to bring in your board and your paddle. But if you can look into getting your key stuff first, like your PFD, your jacket, your dry bags, then you can start doing your SUP touring adventures, and then after a while you can treat yourself and get yourself some dry trousers and go up and get more and more accessories to make your SUP touring adventure even more enjoyable, whether it's an afternoon, a day, a weekend, or maybe even a week. If you've used or own any Palm equipment, I'd love to know your thoughts and what kit works for you when you're SUP touring. Get them in the comments section below for others to read. But until next time, we will see you on another SUPboarder video real soon. Get out there, be safe, and enjoy the great outdoors.